Hey guys, Diane here, and today I'm going to be going over my summer reading list, so stick around and we'll get into it. Okay, so my first book on my list of to be read this summer is Joyland by Stephen King. And I wanted to read this book for a while. I've waited, like I was going to read it last summer, but things happen. I have 3 kids, so the summer's not my own. But Joyland, obviously, I wanted to read it for the cover most of all. It's about, I don't really know a whole lot about what it's about. It's about a college student. He's taking a summer job at like a carnival type thing. And what I'm hoping is, what I hope happens anyway, is like a haunted carnival. But we'll see. I don't necessarily know what to expect. I want to go in semi-blind just so that way I'm a little more surprised by what I find. So hopefully this will be a good one. And I figured, Stephen King, most of the time you can't go wrong. He did steer me wrong with The Long Walk, which I despised, but we won't get into that today. And another book I plan on reading this summer is The Reddening by Adam Neville, and he's the author of The Ritual, which I didn't actually read this book, but I watched the movie on Netflix, and I loved the movie. I wish I would have read the book just because I feel like after you read the movie, or after you watch the movie, do you really need to read the book? I don't know. I've done that a few times, and it's definitely not as enjoyable as reading the book then watching the movie. But maybe one of these days I'll get to it. So The Reddening is more of a folk horror thriller is what it says. And those are all like one of my favorite things. I love folk horror. It just seems so old and so creepy and so scary. And this one, it's kind of about a journalist. She's escaping her past. She's moving to the shores where, natural beauty and things like that. And they end up finding like bones, prehistoric bones, and, all this creepy stuff starts happening, which I don't know much. That's just a brief summary of what's on the back. So, hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised with this. I may just listen to this because it's like almost 500 pages. So I might just listen to this one. I mean, the cover is beautiful, but that might be something for Audible. So that's another one on there. I'm also planning to read The Ruins by Scott Smith, and I've been wanting to read that book for a long time. I just haven't got around to it. I briefly saw like some of the movie a long time ago. I don't even really remember exactly what all was in it, but I know it's about, some kids that go to Mexico for summer vacation, and they end up taking like a day trip, and they find like these really old ruins, and it's very ominous and very old and creepy. So that's right up my alley. It's almost, I don't think it's a like creature feature, but I think it's I don't know exactly like what it is. So we'll see, and hopefully that turns out to be a good read. I've been wanting, like I said, I've been wanting to read that for a while, and I've always heard a lot of really, really good things about that book. So definitely excited about that one. And I think the last one that I was gonna mention was The Black Phone by Joe Hill, and that movie is about to come out, I think sometime in June. So I wanted to read that before I saw the movie because I saw the trailer for the movie, and I was like, oh man, that would be a really good book. And for those of you that don't know yet, it's about I think he's like 12 years old. He's been kidnapped, and he's in the basement of some psychopath's house. And there's like nothing else in that basement but a black phone. And it only rings at night, and it's the children that were murdered in that basement that are calling that phone, trying to like warn him, like, oh, you need to run away, or obviously, or you need to try and get away. So that sounded really interesting to me. I don't think it's very long. So that's definitely something that I want to try and check out. And this is just like a brief like overview. I don't know exactly what all I'm going to read this summer, but I just know that some of those felt pretty summer. I know The Ruins is, set in the summer. Joyland, obviously, that's, like a carnival in the summertime. And some of the other ones are just kind of sprinkled in there for fun. I also was going to maybe try and read The Fisherman. I've already read that and I've already talked about that book a lot. But I wanted to try to read the physical copy of it just because the first time I read it, it was on Audible. And I feel like it would just be more fun to read, the physical book. But like I said, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that's my summer reading list. Let me know if you're reading any of those books or if you have any other recommendations, and we'll see you next time. Bye.